Are we recording?
Gonna say that I'm recording. Okay.
Yes, it just wanted to tell me, to warn me of what you're saying and what you might possibly do. But anyway, we're in a rush. Let's get it.
So, hiya, my name's Charlie and welcome to my channel. And today we're in the TARDIS with
Charlie
of Charles Heathcote. I will put his links in the description. And today, on today's video, as you could tell from the title, we are reacting to Booktok's most popular books, according to an article, which I will also link in the description.
By Stylecaster.
Sorry?
By Stylecaster.
Yes. What did you say? Oh, by Stylecaster. Yes, by Stylecaster. Yes.
Here I am, just trying to be kind. Share a nice little tidbit of information.
You know all the tidbits, Charlie.
Excuse me. Who are you? Who are you here to tell people what they're viewing, what we're discussing on my channel?
You're fine. You can go ahead. Yeah, we've also got David Tennant in the background, which I'm loving. So, even though I don't know whether it'll get me into trouble for having it on there, but we don't care. Like, we just don't care at this moment.
I've been apathetic for centuries.
Yeah, that's true. You have. So I just need to join you. Right. So I'll click on the link on the article. I haven't actually, I think I've seen like a couple of the books that have come up, but I think there's a mixture from what I can tell. So we can react. Right. So I've got the article up here, and this, like you said, it's by Stylecaster.
Yes.
When you say it sounds nicer with your northern accent. Yeah. Anyway, so the first book on here is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Have you read any Colleen Hoover, Charlie?
I haven't, and I have no wish to do so either. Colleen Hoover is someone whose books I have heard maligned for years, ever since I started on YouTube. Finding people that actually like her fiction is very difficult, so it makes sense to me that they would all be on TikTok, because it seems that she's appealing to people of a certain age.
And we're not of that age, really, are we? But,
no.
But there might be some books on here that we might know, so it's worth reacting to.
I'm not saying that there were. I know of this book.
Yes.
I have no interest in reading this book,
yeah,
because I have taste.
Charlie, you can't say that. This is the first book. Welcome to our reactions on the TikTok book. These books are trash though. I believe I've watched a film that was based on a book by Colleen Hoover that Colleen Hoover made, and which actually I really enjoyed. I cannot remember the name of the film. If I remember it in the future Charlie will try and put it on the screen, which I did enjoy. Yeah, I've never actually read any Colleen Hoover, and being honest, I'm not super excited to.
I can remember there being some controversy a few years ago surrounding her that really put me off her as an author, and I just have no wish to
move
read
past
it.
Then.
Okay.
So do you want to say the next one?
So the next book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Have you read this, Charlie?
I haven't read this, and once again, I have no wish to read this.
I have read this, and I liked it. I didn't love it. I think there are some questionable things in it, which I think have been highlighted recently by numerous people.
Yeah.
And I have read, actually, I read Daisy Jones and the Six by this author, and I did enjoy that, being honest. That was a gift. I didn't actually purchase it for myself. One of my friends bought it for me for my birthday. Not that I'd asked for it, but I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm not. I wouldn't personally spend money on buying her books.
So the only thing that I can remember from this was that The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo came out around the same time as The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
That's true.
And I read that, yes, a few years ago, and I tweeted about the similarities between the titles and how I'd been getting confused over which was which. And it was the first time I'd had a tweet be decidedly popular, and I tweeted it in the morning, and it was as I was going off to Northumberland to see my nephew's nativity. So 5 hours later, when I arrived to all of these likes and retweets and comments about the fact that people were also confused as to why 2 books with similar titles have been released in the same year. But I have no wish to read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I know that there's this whole thing of it being somewhat similar to the life of the actress Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know how true that is. I know other people have said it's actually closer to life to other women of the time. But personally, it's another one of those hyped books that I think suits people as a gateway into the historical fiction genre, but is not something that I would pick up.
Yeah, I would second those words. Like, yeah, I liked it when I was reading it. I can see why a lot of people do love it. I can also see why a lot of people object to a lot of the elements in it, because I can definitely see those problematic elements. And even when I was reading it, I could see those problematic elements. So yeah, so we'll move on to the next one. Book number 3, if it comes off the lemon ad. Ahaha. Oh, I've got some thoughts about this one. Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay.
By Delia Owens.
Yeah, I have not read this book. It is another popular book that
Especially at the moment, with the movie out.
Sorry?
Especially at the moment with the movie out.
I didn't know there was a movie out. I knew that this book was popular. I knew that, and tons of book clubs around me were reading this book. But once again, we are 3 for 3 of books that I have no intention of reading. So why don't you share your thoughts on it?
So, when I was reading it, my initial impressions of it were that the nature writing in this is just gorgeous. 100%, I can see why everyone is compelled by those elements. Someone dies, someone is dead, found dead. Is part of the mystery of this book. There's a mystery in this book in terms of a death. And then it goes to a court element, which I did not enjoy the court element. And then at the end, there's a twist, which I'm not going to obviously reveal, but it made me angry. And I really actively despised the twist. Personally, I feel like it cheapened the book. The twist cheapened the book. And I was like, is it heading there? Is it heading there? Yes, it was heading there. And it just annoyed me. It really kind of annoyed me. So
I'm going to have to look this book up now, because everything you've said to me so far sounds very much To Kill a Mockingbird. And I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll find out more about it. But like I say, there's just...
The main character in this I thought was really good. But I know, again, some people think it's a little bit problematic as well. So I don't know.
It's just, yeah, it's...
Okay, the next one you say.
The next book on this list is The Silent Patient by Alex Michealides, which is a thriller. And all I can say is that I do have, that it's not showing up anyway because we're in the TARDIS.
There you go.
I have The Maidens by Alex Michealides, the next book that he wrote. My mother got me this as a gift for my birthday, having never purchased me anything before. And all I know is that there are several reviews that hate this book. And some of the reviews that I've watched or listened to, I've read 100 pages now and I've disagreed with. So this is one that I would be interested in reading from what I've read of The Maidens.
That's good. Yeah, I don't have any thoughts about it. I'm not really a thriller reader. It doesn't appeal. There's nothing about this that makes me want to pick it up. So yeah, if you guys have read this book in the comments below, let us know what your thoughts are, because we want to know.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a book that we should be picking up? Okay. The next one I can see is A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is a very popular book.
Yes, your sister's read it, hasn't she?
Yes. Have you read it, Charlie?
I haven't. I have it on audiobook to listen to. Sarah J. Maas is a writer who, when I first started blogging back in 2009, was querying her book Queen of Glass. And I followed her career. I was quite supportive of it. And she was part of the bloggers Let the Words Flow alongside Savannah J. Foley, Susan Dennard, Kat Zhang, that group of people. And I read Throne of Glass and I read Crown of Midnight, and they were supposedly Cinderella retellings in which the character has become a assassin.
I was going to say, if there are assassins in this book, like, that's literally the word that was in my head. I was like, are there assassins in this book?
And that's the Throne of Glass series. And I read those two books, and it felt very much like Disney's interpretation of Cinderella, and I never went any further. And I read The House of Earth and whatever it was a few years ago, and it's just her writing doesn't impress me. And I know that, and this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I also know that it just feels like the author is writing herself into every book that she releases, and all she does is change the hair color and acts as though changing the hair color makes this an entirely different character, and it doesn't. She really needs to work on her skill when it comes to crafting a character. She needs to work on her skill when it comes to writing novels, and maybe then I'll be able to see these books as anything more than paranormal romance that is just being hyped up because of who the author is and their celebrity now. But personally, there is so much better from
the thing for me is with
genre than this.
Yeah. The thing for me is with this is like when I joined Booktube, like however many years ago, obviously it had a big gap between, but this was like a really popular book, wasn't it, Charlie? Like you would have remembered. And so
this book was everywhere.
Yeah, it was literally everywhere. So it's it, and this list here, this list I'm reading from is a current list. So clearly people have gone back to it. Clearly people are loving it. But me personally, I'm not going to jump on board with that. It's just not really for me personally. And yeah, I'm probably maybe I'm a bit old in the tooth for it, or long in the tooth. Is that the right word? I don't know.
I don't float me, no. I just recommend Marissa Meyer instead.
Okay. Next one, you say.
The next book is Transcendent Kingdom by Gyasi, which is a book that I did not like, so I gifted it to you.
But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I read the first book by Gyasi, which was
Homegoing.
Homegoing, yeah, and that's basically a generational sort of family tale. Like it's almost like interlinking short stories. And
yes,
so everyone had said that had read her first book and then read this, that they didn't like, the people that liked the first book often didn't like the second book, etc. But I went into this with kind of low expectations, and I was blown away by it. I thought it was fantastic. I love the religious, like I think the main character's mother is very religious, and it's sort of a lot of that.
It's a conversation about the fact that the protagonist is a scientist, but she's also religious, and so often those two things are seen as not being able to happen at the same time, whereas the protagonist is saying that so she's saying that she can see the science and she understands science and doesn't see why she can't believe that God created the science that she's able to uncover. She has an interest in addiction.
Yeah, that's fine.
Me, I thought that the book was too short to discuss everything she wanted to discuss, and read more like a debut than Homegoing did, in that it did have a lot going on in its pages. And I also hated that final chapter because it felt as though she was saying, I can't properly figure out how to finish this novel, so I'm just going to skip ahead a few years and say where I am now, and then I'm out of here.
I can see what you're saying with that. I just loved this book. I just loved it. I loved, because I grew up in a religious family, and both my parents were Christians, and I grew up in a church family. So those elements really rung true to me, and I just thought, I just loved it. I just thought it was really, really well done, and really surprised me again because I went in with low expectations. So yeah, good one. The next one is Funny You Should Ask by Elissa Sussman. Sussman? How do you say that? Sussman? Yeah.
As I said, Elissa Sussman, but I'm going to have to read this.
I have no idea what this is. I know nothing about this.
Apparently, it's a romance and a great beach read.
There you go then. Are we interested? Yes or no?
No.
There you go.
No, I am not interested. I do not. I don't have a soul. I have no wish to read romance.
I like a soul, and I love this cover. The cover is very pop arty, isn't it? Would you say that?
I think.
Kind of that kind of comical.
Okay. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
It's bright, in any case.
Yes, it is very bright, and there's dogs on there, so you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it that. It's got dogs.
Okay, you want to say the next one? I have not heard.
So the next book is Stolen by Lucy Christopher.
Okay. Do we know what this is about? What does it say? A young teenager killed.
It says that it's a story of. Yeah.
You go.
I know it's an old book, and by old I mean it came out in 2009.
Oh, really? That is old.
Because I can remember seeing it at my high school.
I wonder why this is popular on TikTok then.
I mean, it's TikTok, so there's every chance they saw their parents reading it.
Charlie, you've got to be careful with saying stuff like that. Oh my god. Wait.
Charlie, we know that I'm offensive. We know that these people are young. We know that we are old and that I am particularly bitter with the world. But it's just, I didn't read it at the time. It's been 13 years. I'm probably not going to read it now. Do I have any thoughts about it? No. Do I care? No. Good for these people that they are liking and returning to a book that is ancient by their standards.
Yes. Right. The next one is Time as a Mother by Ocean Vuong. I believe this is his latest poetry collection. I've read his first one, his debut one.
Yeah. I haven't read his debut collection, but I did read this one, and it deals with a lot of the themes that we saw in. I've read this, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It deals with a lot that we saw in On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. And to use a word that is popular amongst people, a rather visceral read.
That's good. That sounds good.
I know, it's the first time I'm seeing one of these books and thinking these people might actually have more taste than I gave them credit for.
All of these books, like whatever, like we're not on. I literally joined TikTok the other day because one of my friends got married, so I wanted to see the pictures. So that is, are you actually on TikTok, Charlie?
No, because I am 30.
I'm 40. So whatever. But I haven't put any content on there. It's just I joined because I wanted to see the photos, and you couldn't see the photos in there. So I don't know if you could see the photos. I don't know. Well, I joined anyway. But
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's a good poetry collection in any case.
Yes. Yes.
It's a good poetry collection, and good for them for actually making it popular.
And the next one is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, which I've read this one. I love this book. It's got a weird American cover, sorry, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know whether I still own this book, but I read it at some point.
Did you like it? What did you think of it, Charlie?
No, I liked it. I liked how reflective it was, and that he discussed. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out when I read it. Anyway, it's a good book. I thought it was. I can't find it. I liked what it said about the ghosts of our past, basically.
It made me cry. I liked it. And there's another one coming out, the latest one coming out, which I'll put a picture of on the screen. So
Yeah.
I can't do the right way. Everything's back to front here. No. Ooh.
You're going to put a picture somewhere. You need to stop. You look like a meteorologist. You look, the rain over Aberystwyth.
Actually, if you just point that hand there, that'll work for the picture. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to put the picture, right there.
There should be a picture. This does not look good. I've lost a finger.
Okay.
There's going to be a picture here somewhere.
Right. You can be the perfect picture. No, that's the wrong direction now. You've lost it. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just pointing to David Tennant behind me.
I know. I love it. I love that he's with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we've got to try and wrap this up. So, yeah. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is a brilliant narrative. Yeah, it's sort of short. Again, sort of reads like interlinking short stories. And I can see why it's popular on TikTok. Booktok, sorry, that's the correct phrasing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought there'd be some other ones on here actually, because I'm sure I've seen some other videos where people have talked about Booktok videos. And I thought there would be. What other ones did you think would be on there?
No,
because Waterstones have Booktok videos on their website.
Yeah.
If you look on Waterstones, I'll quickly do this now.
Yeah, Waterstones has a Booktok section as well.
So where should we have a quickly look at that and see whether, just quickly.
Yeah,
So everyone's talking about this. I know Secret History was that one that was a Booktok one.
Oh yes, they've all got on Secret History now because they've all decided that they like dark academia, but they don't necessarily know what dark academia means.
Charlie, we're not dissing the Booktokers. Everyone that watches this is a Booktoker. This is fun.
I know everybody loves.
I'm sure there'll be more Colleen, Hoover, no doubt. Yeah.
There we go. So, Burn After Writing by Sharon Jones.
Where is it?
At the end, but it's called Everyone's Talking About on Waterstones.
Oh, okay. Everyone's
The X-Hex, they both die at the end. The Spanish Deception, The Midnight Library, The Love Hypothesis,
Got a few minutes left now.
Circe, Girl's Guide to Murder, Song of Achilles.
Song of Achilles, that was the one I was thinking was going to be on this list.
I think the Booktok is a bit similar to BookTube, really, in that, especially now that more people are joining from BookTube, I think that there are readers on there of varying ages and varying tastes. I don't think that I'm going to join, but that's more a me thing of not particularly caring for social media anyway.
It's interesting to see what's popular, and I always like to kind of like to see and sort of like what and to see why. So, if you guys have watched, if you guys have found any good books from Booktok, or have you got any Booktok recommendations that you think we might like, let us know in the comments below.
And if you ever want to share any of my books on Booktok, then know that you might be able to change my opinion about the entire platform.
Yes. Share Charlie's books. All of Charlie's books will be linked in the description, as always.
Because he needs to pay rent this month.
You've got to pay rent, exactly. You've got to pay rent.
Exactly.
So have you got any final thoughts, Charlie?
Well, if I'm ever able to show my face again after offending TikTok and Booktok in such a fashion, then yeah, I'm sure that there are.
The Charlies get cancelled.
I'm sure that there is actually some quality to the books referenced in this video, and do not wish to negate anyone's good opinions of certain texts that I did mock during the production of this video. Please note that opinions are like arseholes. You do not have to share them. That is all I have to say on the matter.
Quite. Thank you for watching. I had lots of fun with Charlie. Thank you for joining me in the TARDIS. It was very fun.
It
and
has
we'll
been.
say
as
goodbye
always.
to the rest of the world. And yes, not the rest of the world. That sounds more final.
The rest of the world. It sounds like you're about to slaughter me for how I
inside the
discuss
TARDIS.
things.
There'll be a Charlie-shaped body inside the TARDIS, right? I can't even point to the right direction. Okay. We need to. Right, that's okay. Goodbye. Bye. Sending you lots of love. Bye. I hope that this, when I download this, like it's all beautiful and it's all gorgeous. So that
if it's not, you can just cover my face up.
no, I'm not covering your face up.
Why have we got a thumbs up now?
Sorry?
A thumbs up has just appeared on the screen.
Don't know why.